See, the conspiracy theories just don't get it. They post videos claiming that they're satanic death cults and that these evil Democrat interdimensional lizard people are eating babies, thinking that would be enough to wake up these lefty liberal types who keep voting for these people. Listen. Why won't you listen, they say, but what they don't realize is that the lefty liberal types wouldn't care even if it were true. And I'm not making this up. The Nation columnist defends Joe Biden from Tara Reade. I would vote for Joe Biden if he boiled babies and ate them. Okay, there you go. So now you can stop all the crazy conspiracy videos because they don't matter, right? They're flat out telling you they'll vote for him no matter what. I got the actual column pulled up. I got some responses. Let's read. The Daily Caller says, a columnist for The Nation defended 2020 presidential candidate Joe Biden from allegations of assault by his former Senate staffer Tara Reade by saying, I would vote for Joe Biden if he boiled babies and ate them. Columnist Katha Pollitt would vote for Joe Biden even if she believed Reade's allegations. She wrote in her Wednesday column, fortunately, I don't have to sacrifice morality to political necessity, she wrote. Reade accused Biden, this we understand. The Nation writer listed several examples of horrible things that the former vice president could do that would not prevent her from voting for him and voting for President Donald Trump, including eating boiled babies. I don't know what they're trying to say there. I would vote for Joe Biden if he ate boiled babies. And we get it. He wasn't my candidate, but taking back the White House is that important. 4 more years of Trump will replace what remains of our democracy with unchecked rule by kleptocrats, fascists, religious fanatics, gun nuts, and know-nothings. Excuse me? I think that same criticism could be pointed in your direction. The Nation columnist, who has written for the publication since 1980, told the Daily Caller Foundation that some people didn't like my dark humor and comic exaggeration regarding the boiled babies comment. Biden has previously said that voters should choose between voting for him and believing Reade's allegations. Quote, well, I think they should vote their heart. And if they believe Tara Reade, they probably shouldn't vote for me, Biden said on MSNBC. I wouldn't vote for me if I believed Tara Reade. A lot of people believe Tara Reade. A lot of these people wrote columns saying they did. And they said they would still vote for you. It's funny, the New York Times opinion piece that they basically said, I believe Tara Reade. I'm sorry, but I have to vote for Joe Biden. Well, there you go, Joe. You should have just taken the win. That's why I don't think Joe Biden's going to win. Pollitt asked about these comments from Biden, posed the following question to the DCNF. Will Trump say the same about the 25 women who accused him? Whether or not you believe Tara Reade, and I'm betting the case for believing her is going to get weaker rather than stronger as the weeks go by. I actually agree with that. You should vote for Joe Biden if he is the nominee, Pollitt wrote for a column. She wrote for a column offering the example of black Virginians who stuck by Democratic Virginia Gov. Ralph Northam despite his blackface scandal. Okay. Wow. Were they hypocrites? I doubt that was the only time Americans have had to swallow their pride and support a politician who, whatever his faults, served their interests. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. You're telling me that if you knew the president, and I get it, she was joking about boiling babies, but if you knew the president was assaulting women, you'd vote for him anyway? I just wouldn't vote for him. So this is where we're at. She says Donald Trump has 25 women accusing him, and Joe Biden has his accuser, but she doesn't care. She'll vote for Joe Biden because he's more important. All right. I would vote for neither if I believed it, because that's the point of voting. You're not compelled to vote for one of two parties. You don't have to go and be like, well, I guess I got to vote for this guy. No, you vote for yourself. Oh, but then you say, but you won't win. Okay, well, then why would I want Joe Biden to win if I believed he did this to that woman? Why would I want Trump to win? I wouldn't want either of them to win. So I'll vote for the third party. Whether or not you feel it in your bones that Tara Reade is telling the truth, the evidence is just not there, she finishes. We do not have the luxury of sitting out the election to feel morally pure or send a message about assault and believe women. That will not help women at all or anyone else. The Nation, the Biden campaign, and Reade's legal representation did not immediately respond to requests for a comment. Well, I have a comment from Crystal Ball. Now, for those that are not familiar, she hosts a show on The Hills Rising with Cigar and Jetty. I'm probably pronouncing everyone's names wrong, so I apologize. But the show's really, really good, and I saw this tweet from her where she addresses it. And Crystal is, as my understanding, a progressive. So I thought it was interesting to see her present this criticism. She said, first, she quoted the image, I would vote for Joe Biden if he boiled babies. This is deranged. A writer for The Nation says she would vote for Joe Biden even if he ate boiled babies. This is what many in the Democratic Party have collapsed to in the Trump era. A willingness to abandon all principle and justify literally anything if it will hurt Trump. Now, I understand it's an attempt at humor and exaggeration. Unfortunately for this writer, there have been comments from women who have said, if Joe Biden pulled out a gun and shot someone in Fifth Avenue, I'd still vote for him, a reference to Trump. There are women who have straight up said that even if Joe Biden held them down and assaulted them, they would still vote for him. That is insane. 100% insane. You want to talk about Trump derangement syndrome? I'll tell you what. First and foremost, Trump derangement syndrome is thinking you could make a joke about your candidate eating boiled babies and then be like, but it was just an exaggeration. Okay, first of all, over the line, and weird enough it is. I understand you're making a joke and exaggerating, but then people are going to believe it because of the escalation in what these women have been saying about what they would do. They would crawl over glass. That's a common one. But now they're actually saying, like, there was one woman, I will not name. She told a story. In the 90s, I was, a Democratic, a politician, locked me in a room and basically tells the story of an assault. And it's horrifying. And then she says, I would vote for him 1,000 times over Trump. What? Trump has never done these things to you. What has Trump done to you? It's nothing. Seriously, nothing. I understand you can argue about his politics and his rhetoric, but what on this level? That's truly insane to me. And you see the rage and anger pointed at like Ivanka Trump. And that's the weird thing. And Melania. I'm like, what did these people ever do to you? Calm down. Like Melania doesn't ever, she barely says words. She just minds her own business. She does things with kids like literacy programs or something. What did Ivanka do? She's actually kind of progressive in a lot of issues. This is, to me, these people have lost their minds. Crystal goes on. It should be obvious that this is a deeply dangerous type of politics, which is morally repugnant. Also unclear that it's even a political winner, as the Russiagate obsession and willingness to endlessly fan the wildest conspiracies should confirm. Years were wasted on a failed critique. Democrats used to have contempt for what they viewed as stupid MAGA cultists who would vote for Trump even if he shot someone on Fifth Avenue. Now they have become what they hated. Absolutely. Recently, James Woods tweeted out a clip from Jon Stewart, a clip that I have referenced several times. Jon Stewart's segment called The Audacity of Grope. In it, he shows video of Joe Biden creepily whispering into little girls' ears and groping them and touching them. And Jon Stewart, while showing this video, and it's the little girl with Joe Biden whispering in his ear, Jon Stewart says, "What could you possibly be saying to her?" And then he whispers something dark and creepy, "Come with me, my child." Like something, and Jon Stewart making fun of Democrats. And then you have Samantha Bee. And she's got markings on her chest. And the gag was that she had just left a Joe Biden event. And she said that he was eating strawberry jam with his bare hands while writing on a chalkboard, and it was chalk and jam on her chest. And then she said, shortly after Joe Biden finished a bag of Cheetos and then changed the oil on his motorcycle, to leave, I waved goodbye. And then she turns around, and sure enough, she has handprints on her backside as well. That was The Daily Show, willing to make fun of everybody. Now, they often did make fun of Fox News, but it makes me wonder about what used to be. And something happened in the culture war. Maybe it's one of the reasons Jon Stewart retired, because he saw that it wasn't working anymore, that this kind of politics was emerging where people would think they literally could eat boiled babies. Okay, I get it. It's a joke. I get it. But Jon Stewart was willing to make fun of both sides. And now we don't have that. Now it's one or the other. But what we really get with the left is, and the nation, they're not actually writing about their opinions. They're not writing any arguments as to why you should actually do something. They're writing shock content. Okay, what does it mean when you come out and say Trump's a kleptocrat, fascist, religious fanatic? It doesn't mean anything to me. You tell me something Trump has done. You want to say he's a kleptocrat? Donald Trump, the Air Force, I believe, stayed at one of Trump's resorts. And that's an accusation against Trump about the emoluments clause. He's profiting his private businesses. Okay, they don't even say that. Kleptocrat. Because the thing I even brought up could be argued that it was actually saving the government money, in which case Trump wasn't making money off it. The point is, I see this all the time from the resistance types. They make insane comments. They are exactly what they claim the other side is. And they don't actually offer up a real critique. They just tweet things like, "You're dumb, you're ridiculous." Or that Biden could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue. It's exactly what they said Trump was, and they do. It's emulation. It's projection. Now, I think Trump is worthy of criticism for, sort of expanding this kind of political rhetoric, but he's a symptom of it, not the cause. And now it's several years on, and the Democrats and the media have just said we abandon all principle and ethics. I mean, they already were. I guess to be fair, the cause of this stems back to probably technology, social media, the internet, and things like that, and the opportunity of business competition is what it devolves into. Trump didn't create it, and the Democrats didn't create it either. The Democrats and the media are just reacting to what the internet has created. You end up with the culture war. And then Donald Trump is just the champion of those who are tired of the media's lies, who says things that makes people like it. So I'll tell you what you see here about Joe Biden eating babies. Listen, when I criticize Trump for his attitude, I have no problem criticizing them in the exact same way. But I guess most of our political landscape now is people who like Trump, insulting, and people who like Joe Biden being nuts or whatever. I don't know, man. But hey, if that's what you want, you go ahead and vote to your heart's content. I'll leave it there. I wouldn't vote for either of them. But stick around. I got a couple more segments coming up in a few minutes, and I will see you all shortly.